Hey! Hello, everybody. We are doing the monthly health check. We are doing it for May. You know, last month was May. It was Moving May. It was Mental Health Awareness Month. And unfortunately, our schedule got a little crazy, right? So we ran out of time to do it, but now we're back and we're so excited because we get an opportunity to talk to one of my favorite people. She already knows. You've seen the post, so you know who it is. It is Victoria Roach. She is an IT auditor. She is a music supervisor. She is a creative like no other. She writes scripts. She has a web series coming out, guys. This girl is pretty dope. So today we're going to talk about music. This is a huge part of Victoria's life. She's a podcaster, and she has these incredible playlists that she releases. And so we're going to talk about how music can be healing and how it's a part of our life. We just go vibe because I've known Victoria, I don't know how many years because we don't do time, right? So we're going to just chit chat, and we hope you guys enjoy it. We hope you ask us questions and you kind of vibe out to some of the great things that Victoria is working on as we just check in with ourselves and learn more about our health. Hey, Victoria.
Yay! Hey, Sierra! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here.
I know, you look so great. I feel like it's been forever since
too.
we've seen each other. My heart, Rumi. We were college roommates. Are we ready for this? I don't even know if we're ready for this conversation.
I'll be honest, I was like, I'm super nervous. I was like, she's so sweet. This introduction she gave for me, I was super, super nervous. I was like, man, hopefully I inspire. I was praying, girl, all day this morning. I was like, God, lead me, because I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth.
Oh my gosh. All good things, because, Tori, like, we could literally talk about anything. Like, yes. I mean, I'm just thinking briefly about all the conversations we had in our dorm room as we were trying to fall asleep at night. Like, we can literally talk about anything. The goal is to talk about it in 30 minutes or less. Right?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing. Oh my gosh, don't be nervous. It's just a casual conversation. I think you have one of the most relaxed topics because we're talking about music, and you like live and breathe music. So tell us a little bit about you, what you're doing right now, where you're from. I didn't even get into all those details, so you can tell everybody where you're from, what you're doing these days, and introduce us to music a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm from the DMV. I was born in San Francisco, California, but raised in Fort Washington, Maryland. What am I doing with my life? That is a good question. I ask God that all the time.
All the things. All the things. That's what she's doing. All the things.
Trying to get my life together, right? So I am an IT auditor. That's what I mostly do. That's the breadwinner. That's what really keeps me able to afford certain stuff. Electricity, the water. But as you mentioned, my passion is music. And I can't remember. I've always loved music. I remember I had this, I think it was for Christmas or my birthday. It might have been for my birthday. My parents bought me this boom box. Teal, it was really cute. There's all various colors. And my first, I can't say it's an album because it was a cassette tape, is Brandy, right? I wore that tape out. You know, when you had to become a pro, if you like the song, you got to rewind and know when to stop. I was a pro at that. So but honestly, I can't even picture. I feel like my family generally loves music. Before they had the word association game, I feel like I was playing that with Crystal in those bored moments. And yeah, a lot of songs I wouldn't even know, and it's just because they would be singing it. My mom would sing songs, and I never heard the original, so I just know it. So I think just coming from that foundation. So I have the by day IT auditor, and what keeps me going and happy is music.
That's what feeds our soul, y'all. There's a difference. There's a difference between what gets you a check and what really, really feeds your soul. And sometimes they're the same, but sometimes they're different. Like, sometimes you like one more than the other. Like right now, you know, I teach, and I love teaching. Yeah. The children are just different. So it's not as incredible as you want it to be, but
Doing this kind of stuff is life-giving. And who can say they get paid to talk to people, right? Like, that's crazy
Yeah,
to
I'm
me.
so proud of
Oprah
you.
can. First off, Oprah can. Why did I try to make it seem like I'm just unique and incredible? Oprah clearly does it.
Right?
Take that back.
And whenever she wants to, she's like, "This is a special. The world got to stop when I'm ready to talk to somebody."
Listen. And you could catch it for 24 hours.
Right?
And or not, she don't care. She don't care. I love it. Sierra was in the comments saying, Sierra Lewis said, I remember those conversations.
Oh,
Yeah, like
CC, hey.
just having conversations. If you're in the comments, shout yourself out. Let us know where you're watching from. If you have questions, go ahead and submit them, and we'll try to get to them as we chat. Victoria has given a great introduction. Y'all ain't know she had them West Coast Cali vibes inside of her. Okay. That was one of the most interesting things. I was like, what? You were born in California? 18-year-old me was like, California is so far. What's it like?
I'm going to be honest, I
girl.
couldn't tell you until I moved there. At 1 year old, 1990, I was no longer there.
And you didn't. Did you tell? Yeah, you got to tell us. Okay, so right now it's bi-coastal. So you live in LA sometimes, and sometimes you live in the DC, Maryland area, right? Yeah. So you're back and forth doing creative projects. Tell us about, before we get into music, tell us about Woven Colors. Tell us about the film festival you put on last year. Give us all the details.
Yeah, so Woven Colors started, was it 2017, 2018? I just know I moved to California in 2016, right? And so I joined
I'm looking
One
like
Church
I don't
LA.
know the time.
We have it documented somewhere, thank God, because I really I'm not good with dates like that unless my Siri tells me, Alexa tells me that today's important, right? Oh God, my Alexa's going off. But so we started. I was in a small group at One Church LA, and the leader. What was so interesting about each group, every session we go, of course, we will talk about what the pastor talked about and just kind of expressing our weeks. But it was amazing that the group of people in the room, how much talent they had, right? And if you know, LA is like the city of angels, the city where you're like, I can live my dreams out, right? Anything in entertainment is going to happen there. You move out there with that intention. And sometimes, for me, I didn't come out there for that, solely for entertainment. So I didn't have that feeling, but just to hear certain stories and then see the talent. Like I got to witness the fashion designer, some of these people acting, singing, dancing. And I was like, where is the platform for people that are in between, right? I'm not, I'm not
that
in
part.
We're not in the sunshine, in the limelight. So that was something that me and my co-founder, Asia Munns, came up with. We were just sitting there talking. She's an actor. She has so many talents, writes books. And with me just loving to sing, I was at that time writing more music than I am now. And then, just getting into that and just also discovering, that's where I discovered music supervision, right? I had no idea that was a career field until I really got into LA and was watching a whole bunch of web series all the time. And so, I was like, there's a career where you can listen to music and get a placement on shows. I was like, I listened to the songs, but I never thought this was a job. Like somebody really was pursuing this. So that's where Woven Colors came from, just really creating. It really is, while we're in the midst of getting our nonprofit status, it really is about the entertainment community and creating that platform, right? Our events are typically free with the indication of hopefully donating to make, to continue to have that platform to offer to different projects. Originally, we had the annual film festival, but we also had podcast reveals. We had that event. Then we had this music and art show in California where a lot of underground indies, I love indies, where they came, and when I say indies, I mean independent artists. They came and performed. Yeah.
Yes, so, for the vocabulary. Y'all better take notes.
Yeah. So that's Woven Colors. Did that answer your question?
Yes, you did. Look, and we'll dive further into it. Yeah, I think it's awesome that Woven Colors kind of gives people an opportunity to get their foot in the door, like at least network with other people who are doing some of the things you're interested in. I think it's fascinating that you could move to this place, meet all of these people, and then discover this fairly different world from what you knew with when you talk about you didn't know music supervision. Like, I still wouldn't have known that term until when I didn't know that term. I know that people compose music for films. I didn't know that was like a whole thing. Now I'm like, yes, this song is horrible. This song, I could have picked a better song. And that's how we are. We used to pull apart movies. We pull apart storylines, wardrobe, the music, people's expressions, and how the actors act like all of that. Why? Why did you choose music? What drew you to music?
Man, like original, right? You're talking about the early stages, right? Okay.
Yeah, or just to pursue this career as a music supervisor and work with artists and work with actors. Yeah. But also talk about early on. What drew you to music? Why did it become something you were passionate about?
I don't know. Okay, so the early stages, I can't really pinpoint. I see my sister join, and she will be.
Crystal!
I'm gonna be honest. Literally, we would have many down moments where we'll be probably waiting on my mom from her job. So much that I remember we were in the car just waiting for whatever, whether it was my brother's football game for the finished practices. And so we got like this minivan that had like a TV in it. That's how often we were like in the car just waiting and supporting whatever somebody was doing. We'll wait with our dad. So we would like make up games, and literally it always had something to do with music. So I either feel like my dad loves Aretha Franklin, my mom sings anything and everything. My brother kind of brings like this R&B, hip hop, and Crystal, she loves R&B. So I just feel like each one of them, with whether they're just walking around listening to something or singing, that kind of inspired me to love music. I think I can't think of anything earlier than that.
Oh wow, yeah. Oh, I love. Early on, we always used to talk about this too, like early 90s music. Tell us about the vibes. Tell us about how music has changed and what you like.
Yeah, so I think I'll start with the trend of music, right? So, man, and you actually influenced it also. So I grew up in a household where, you did. I'm thinking of one particular song. I was like, I haven't heard it until Sierra put it on, and now I play all the time.
Oh my gosh. You need to tell me what song it is after you say what you're going to say.
I'll go, it's the 90s, so I'll go through the trend. So, okay, I grew up in a household that listened to gospel Christian music mostly, right? We had this living room where it was like an 8-track and literally nothing. We were like, and it was just between me and my brother, since we were like, nothing's gonna ever be played except for Christian music on this. If we gonna look at the videos, the box seat of the world is gonna be in the basement on the big screen, right?
Girl, yes.
So, yes. Because you can't be playing everything in the living room, right? So,
you can't.
Right? But yeah, and so my mom just always wanted to have gospel and Christian music playing. So a lot of my influence came from, like I said, they would sing around the house. So sometimes I wouldn't even hear the artist's song. I would just know how it goes from what somebody was singing. So I love where does my love start? Man, I can't even, because I love the poodle skirts, the music like that. I love that time period. So I'll say it starts there but then like I gotta keep Mahalia Jackson there too, because she has, and I think that might be a little before. Yes,
and I have to tell you, like, I was that kid who also just made up the words if I thought it was close to what they said. So there's so many songs. If you hear me sing today, I'm probably saying the wrong word, but I heard it as a kid and it just stuck. You can't rewrite it in your brain.
So music is an art. It's to each his own. When you go and see a painting, you get some feeling from it. So hey.
Yes, y'all hear this? This is talent right here. She said it's an art. Yeah. I'm here for it.
So make up them words, right? Whatever you feel when you're singing that.
And that's a part of the trend too that music has had. The music industry has been on a trend that kind of revamping music. I'm using the wrong language, but when they take a song, they remix it, like whether it's a Whitney Houston song or a Mariah Carey song. I'm thinking of so many different things. I don't know why Joe Santana, "Oh Boy," just popped in my head when I was thinking, "Oh boy, boy, boy." Yeah.
Oh man, it's Mahalia. That's Mahalia, and what's her name? Oh man, what's she sing? It was such a popular song. Oh, I can't remember. But yeah,
Oh,
that's probably why I
Ash Lemonade here. Oh man, shout out to Ashley. Ash Lemonade.
Yeah. But oh, and also goes on to say this, the what is this, like the Young Thug, that it's like a gibberish kind of song where you ain't really gotta say words.
Yes.
So I mean, hey, we moved into those times where it's all about the beat, and you can pretty much make your own raps or whatever's playing.
And it's
Yeah.
kind of, I like that you said it's an art, right? And you can add to it whatever you see fit. I feel like country music is one of those realms. I know I lose a lot of people when I talk about country music, but you know I'll be listening to country music.
Yo.
I think country music has some of the most interesting storytelling. Like, it's so interesting how you got there.
No, it has. I can't remember one song. He was talking literally how he done cheated. It was like a whole reality show going on in this one song. I was like, oh, I gotta hear this again. He give me all the tea.
Right. It's like, remember freshman year, Tasha used to play not Kelly Clarkson. What is her name? Carrie Underwood. Before he cheats. Remember she?
Yes.
And I was like, that is my jam. And it's like, you dug your key into the side of his truck. Like, what storytelling are we telling right now? And why are we all connecting with it so deeply?
Oh my gosh, which brings, because I was gonna think about talking about this, just with music, right? Not only just understanding the words, but your interpretation of how it makes you feel, right? I remember when Marvin's Room, I think it was JoJo version, came out, right? And I was just getting all in my feelings, and I was like, I never experienced what she's talking about, but I feel it. So I felt like I was rolling my neck when I was singing it, and I was just like, that's what music does to you. When moments where you may not experience something and you feel like you still get the same reaction, you feel what they're talking about, or moments when you're like, man, I feel this kind of way. I need some kind of tranquility, some kind of mental peace. And it doesn't even have to be slow, right? You can get whatever you want. I've had moments where I just didn't want to deal with stress, and I was listening to something Nicki Minaj, right? So it's like whatever you need at that certain time.
Girl, because let me tell you, Roman's Revenge got me through a lot. Okay, Roman. That's probably why I have all the voices. I got all the voices. Try.
Oh my gosh. Yo, that's some acting school right there in that album. So
right? I think she was brilliant in some way. You know, for that, who would think of that? Who's like sitting around like, let me come up with 5 different voices in one song and make them have like this conflict, right? Like, that's creative. So you're talking about like the trends in music and like how music has changed. What else have you enjoyed about the transition of music?
So I'll be honest, I am one of those people that's completely stuck in the 90s, right? So I will never say, I don't think I am the best person to say like what is the most popular new music.
Niece is laughing at my voices, I think.
Oh.
Voices. I've done Kermit the Frog on Victoria's podcast. So if you're not in Vicky Sweets, if you're not in that hub, you missing out on so much joy. But go ahead, Victoria. You're stuck in the 90s.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And so I will say, like, I could probably be a pro at, if you have questions about the 90s. New music now, I would say I mostly listen to indies, particularly because of the work I do as a music supervisor, because I'm looking for a lot of indies. And
in the first part of this, you said indie means independent music artist, right? Yeah, we got to redo everything. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes. So, and I will say, oh man, I go to my brother and sister because they love rap and hip hop. I'm kind of just like, if I hear it, I'll like save it and like, but it's very limited. So I would ask them, it's like, what do you think of this song? I'm not like, I would tell you this. My sister, I was like, you kind of went into the wrong field. You should be an A&R. It's like people that kind of like look for musicians, because before Cardi B's song blew up, I'm talking about like no one was talking about it. Is it that Bodak Yellow? I probably butchered it. Yeah, she was like, this is gonna be a hit, and I was like, okay, Crystal, why's gonna be listening to this? And like literally, I think a month, 2 months later, it blew up. Really huge. Wow. I was like, she was the first person that I heard saying anything about it at all. Like, it wasn't even a week after
Wow.
she discovered it. It was like months after she played it for me and was talking about it. So I was like, oh, wow. Interesting. You're in the wrong field.
Get medicine. Go into music. Wrong M, right?
Right? Yeah, but she's definitely in the right field. I say that jokingly. She's definitely doing a great job.
Yes, Crystal is a boss.
Yeah. But speaking of the 90s, the song is Boys to Men. Hi, my name is Sean. I've never heard that song until you played it for me.
No freaking way. That's the song?
Yes.
I was slick sitting here like wrecking my brain. Like, what song is she gonna say? What song? No way. That's the song. I don't even know what that song is called, actually. This is my problem. I never remember titles. If I remember the artist, I definitely can't tell you the title of the song. I always assume the title of the song is the first line of the chorus. And I get that doesn't make sense. But that's what I assume.
Yeah.
I literally don't know the title to that one. But that is my song, though. I love that one.
Yeah. Right? I was telling my brother, he's the only name I know out of Boys to Men.
Yep. I was thinking about it. Is it Brian or Marcus? Boys to Men, if you ever see this, I still love you. I just don't know your name. Sorry. I'll call you Boys.
Sorry. Y'all gotta add your names to the song for me to know. Get it catchy.
There you go. Just add your name to it. I was nervous. I thought Boys to Men joined. It said Boyd. I was like,
oh, that's Danielle. She was one of the people in the film festival. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because you talked about Woven Colors in the first clip. So tell us a little bit about Woven Colors again. You did such a great job in the first clip that we lost, but how Woven Colors gives like these opportunities to artists and people who are in the thick of different industries, whether it be acting or music. Let us know.
Yeah, so I'll just summarize it. I won't go too far into it. Hopefully the clip saves. But I started it with my co-founder Asian Minds. She's an actress, and it did start at her home. She was over a small group for the church, and with so much talent in that small group, because there's people coming in. There's so much talent, actors, fashions. We wanted to start an organization that not only provided a platform, but also supported artists, and also gave that opportunity to kind of network to continue to produce more awesome material, right? Because it was I was just amazed at, you see talent every time, right? Everywhere. But you're just like a place that has so much opportunities. You think you would see, you think it has a lot of opportunities, but sometimes you have to experience various things for whatever reason. And so I wanted to create that platform where there was no limits. Everyone's welcome. Not saying that's not out there. It wasn't just in my circle. It wasn't in my purview, right? So we do have a film festival annually. We started actually with podcast reveals. We have a music art show kind of events also. Just anything to support the arts. And Danielle Boyd, she has awesome projects. She's on here. I definitely would say check out a lot of her projects. She's very inspirational, her work that she does here.
Oh, yeah. See, that's why I always call everything you do like a hub, because you bring so many people together from so many different backgrounds, and you always walk away feeling inspired. Like, I don't know the first thing about a web series, but I feel like I could be on one or create one. I'm like, let me help. Let me get in there. Especially because storytelling is such a huge part of everything you do, whether it be the music or the writing aspect. How do you find yourself being healed by some of the work that you create, whether it be finding the music to pair with the web series that you work on, or writing? You said you were writing your own songs. I heard you throw that in there. I don't know if that was this clip or the last clip, but you said you be writing songs, and we want to hear about that too. But what's that process? What does it look like? How do you find yourself being healed by doing it?
Yeah, so I will start. I think it starts with representation, right? We grew up, and I'm talking about the people that grew up in the 90s, right? I'm talking about early 90s, where you had that, if you were born in the early 90s, you had that opportunity to be in the house, right? You got the opportunity to see different, the reruns of Bill Cosby in a Different World impact your life to maybe go to HBCU, right? You had that impact.
Right.
It wasn't a vast representation. right?
What?
But
Yeah, you slid that in. You slid that in. We're laughing because we got an inside joke about watching A Different World and thinking HBCUs were really like that.
yes,
So keep going.
we did think that, but I am glad it wasn't completely like that because nothing handed and it probably made me the person I am today. So,
You turned that
yes.
not negative, but you turned it into a positive.
Yes, I can't regret it. It was when I first got there to campus because what was it? The video, it was Alicia Keys. Nothing.
Yeah, we had that one too.
Matters. And I was like, this is what it's gonna be like when I go to HBCU.
I did not see that in. That's fine.
It
was nowhere to be found. Nowhere. But that's an interesting point. Keep going with that. Yeah. How we allow that to like inform our expectations of things. That's deep, Victoria.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
So the representation, right? The inspiration for us to go to a HBCU. And what I loved about, I'm just going to take the side note, a lot of the people that went to the HBCU we went to, I'm not sure if I can name drop, but they were given opportunities to go to Harvard and they still chose, you know what I'm saying? They still chose to go to a HBCU, let alone, not saying, oh, there's this theory that sometimes it gets, you're limited when when it's not diversity, but you'd be surprised how
diverse HBCUs are.
HBCUs is.
Yeah.
A lot of them actually end up going to get masters and doctors from these PWI, right? Predominantly white institutions. So I just everybody, if there are any limited, not to down them, but I just wanted to just bring light if someone didn't know about that. But okay, I stopped the tearing. So the representation is kind of what inspired me. I did get that opportunity to grow up within the house, you know, the Wayans brothers, a lot of black shows. While they made everybody Martin, right, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, while if you go out in the world, everybody probably watched one or the other, or they experienced as much as they did. I was adamant about watching them, Moesha, all this other stuff, and it kind of influenced just to see the impact it has, right? Because I ended up going to a HBCU because of A Different World, right? I remember when Moesha first came out, I am the worst person at diaries. I probably had the one diary I found, it only had 3 entries, and it was it was over a 2-year span.
Oh wow!
But I remember when it was coming out, there was a show, and you see her. If you notice at the beginning of the season, she would always do like her diary thing. So I was like, Mom, I gotta get this before the episode comes out, right? So we're seeing that representation of a little girl being another black teenager at the time, and just me wanting to be like that. I remember I used to see people with pagers. Oh, like you definitely not get no pager. I don't know what you say, but you see representation. It does something to you when you get to see yourself in some of the people you see on TV, right? I guarantee you, many people wanted a den, right, to go and hang out. So
all of the things,
yeah,
all of it.
Yeah. So I think it starts with just representation. Seeing that I was originally watching. I think I worked for Tough Love. The music supervisor. Where it started, man, I was watching web series. It may have started with Issa Rae's Misadventures of an Awkward Black Girl when I was watching it in college, and then I just kind of gravitated to like Issa Rae said, "I'm a vote for everything black." I was like, I'm watching everything black. So black and sexy TV. I was staying watching that. Just like I would tell you now, I had this thing with one of my coworkers where we both have love for watching anything black. The stuff you don't want to watch on Prime. If it's on Prime, we gonna watch it on Netflix.
We just watched the shows that we watched because he was black. and I was obsessing, but you watched it with
girl, and I was like, I tried. I got 5. I think I got to season 2. I was like, I can't do this no more. This was a little different. I was like, but I'm glad they were doing it. That's still representation on YouTube, right? So it's going to inspire somebody to be like, oh, I want to do a project like this. I want to tell my story, right? And I think it's important that we get to see so many stories of people in movies and TV shows. And I think it's very important for us to be able to relate to what we see on TV, right? Not this fabricated world, you know, of what society wants to show of our culture. So I think that's where it started, and then just being able to place feelings really is something I didn't even notice when I'm looking at a movie, right? And it could be a rom-com, right? And
Mm-hmm.
J-Lo starts running after J-Lo down the street. You're feeling that music, right? Whether
Yes.
you know it or not, whether you think it's corny, you're like, Lord, you picked this song just for this moment. It don't even match. It may match, it may not. I always think of, it was Cuban Gooding. He was in a movie he was a Marine, and he was to so many
I knew exactly what you were talking about. Yeah, I can't think of the title.
Men of Honor or Man of Honor, something like that. Yeah. And there's a part, I hate to, if you haven't seen it, I hate to take your surprise from it. Yeah, spoiler alert. So he was facing a lot of racism because he was the only black person, I think, in his I don't even know what you call it.
Unit.
Group. Yes, unit.
I don't know.
And so at the end, he did something very heroic that, although it impacts his life, he's trying to save somebody else's life, and that's when they finally recognized him as an equal. And they played this song, and I was just like, you know what? It would have been so good if Yolanda Adams. There was a Yolanda Adams song. I was like, it would have been so good to have her sing at that part. And so when I always think of how inspirational a movie is and the song that's being played behind it, I always think of that moment, right? I had a suggestion, and you're gonna feel it. Like he lost a limb to save someone's life, and now he's finally getting that honor that he already deserved at the beginning because he was good. And so representation, right? He may have been the only black person. I'm sure Denzel was in it, or if I'm thinking of Antoine Fisher. Somebody else was in it. Charles Black was in it.
Antoine Fisher is a category of its own. Yep. In regards to that, yeah. I love that you said that, how music is also a part of the story that we see being told. Because some people are like, oh, I feel like music doesn't really matter in a movie. And you can talk about like placement and the things that you think about as you place a song within, whether it be a web series or just your own thinking and reflecting on whatever movie or film you're watching. How do you make that connection between the music and what's transpiring on screen?
You said how I
yeah. Oh, am I going out? How do you make the connection? How do you make a song match what's happening on screen?
Man, so I think the film my experience of working on, it's like a drama. It could possibly be a drama with more heaviness on drama, right? So I think sometimes finding the right scenes and stuff I don't have experience with. I think sometimes that can be a little challenging for me. So what for instance, in one of the series that just happened, it talk about the Black Lives Matter movement. And so really finding something that can correlate or really express the feeling that somebody is feeling because they lost somebody to police brutality. I think that was something that was very dear. I wanted to make sure it came across in it, right? Listening to the words. What are the words saying, right? So my brother always gives me about this. He was like, in this day and age, you can't listen to the words. You just gotta go with the beat. I was like, I can't do that. I was like, so really making sure we pick a certain time of the song, right? It's not just the fact that it's the song we're picking. Just making sure at a certain time when they stop talking, which is mostly when we play music, this feeling going to carry on in this transition to the next scene, right? And then also correlate what feelings we're expecting to receive when that new scene comes up. So yeah.
Man, a lot of thinking. I'm just processing some of those transitions that you see on the screen, and you're like, that was rough. Like, why we just cut to somebody walking down the street instead of like fading into the second half of the storyline unfolding? I have a question. What would be your genre of music for your personal life? If you had to pair it with the genre, what would the genre be for your life?
Man, from my experiences, right?
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be a country song. I just don't see. I feel like it's not interesting enough for hip hop.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not deep enough for R&B.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is a good question because man, what would it be? I'm gonna have to say gospel music, right? I will have to say that because
a particular song.
Okay, so I'll be honest. One of my go-to songs is "Alabaster Box" by CeCe
Mm-hmm.
Winans. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
person that really loves worship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in that song, she's talking about pouring her all, right? And so that really does, it brings a sense of calm to my mind. It really does, like, express who I am, right? It's something I would definitely do. And it's something that always just kind of reminds me of it, no matter what's going on in the world. When my mind is just going a little crazy, it just brings
Mm-hmm.
tranquility to think of something outside of me, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would say that. Now, what I wanted to be, I would love it if it was R&B, but I think it might have too much drama that I'm not ready for. But
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I think I agree. Interesting enough, the song I would pick is a gospel song, but it's a country song. It wouldn't necessarily be in the gospel category. Um, but it's called, I don't know. I don't know his name. Sorry to this man. Oh, darn, I was believing in myself. I thought I could do it. I don't remember his name. But the song is Church in the Chevy. See, this is why you
oh,
don't really know I'm country at this point. It's called Church in the Chevy, and it's really this story about this man having like a really hard time in his life. So he gets in his truck and he's just like driving. He don't care where he going, he's just driving. And somehow in the process of driving, he like pulls over on the side of the road and he just gets caught up in worship. Like the Holy Spirit just watches over him. I'm gonna send it to you. You might like it.
please,
You might like
yes,
it. It's very country because
yes.
it's a Chevy, you know. But that's my zone. Like when I hit my car and I'm just me in the road, that's the zone where I can think, I can just explore random voices in my head, like
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj with Rome's Revenge. Like that's the kind of thought process I have when
Oh
I'm in
my
my
God.
car, just hitting the road. So it is. It's a really beautiful song, and he talks about like just receiving whatever God was given to him in that moment, and
Mm.
how it wasn't in a church. It wasn't because a pastor was preaching to him. It was just literally this authentic moment between him and God transpiring, and
Oh,
how it like changed his entire
oh my
mood, way of thinking, and everything. Like he says in the song, in one of the verses, and I thought a little, and I prayed a little, and I left there, and I changed a little, right? And I'm getting
God,
goosebumps
yes.
just trying to tell you about it. I'm like, this is going to be in the Chevy. I don't even got a Chevy.
Oh my
Okay, but
God.
yes, so I love that we can talk about music and give other people a way in, right? I feel like music is like a Usher almost. Usher is a music artist too. Victoria know a lot about Usher. She know a lot about Usher too.
Yo,
Favorite Usher song?
oh my God, I don't got one. But favorite album confessions, girl. I don't got my favorite Usher song. I'll tell you, like, oh my God, oh my God. Everybody they know I love me some Usher. I remember, oh my God, like, okay, I'm gonna put this out. Usher, you need to do another live concert, another album with the Roots. That's all I'm gonna say. The best concert
And
ever.
that's it. There you go.
They remixed all his songs.
She
I'm
touched.
telling
She
you.
touched. Okay.
I love, man. And Usher's not even my top. That's what,
No way. Okay,
mm,
who's in your top?
oh, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Teddy
Yeah.
Campbell.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay. Yeah. Who's in my top? Ugh. I don't know. I should have thought about this before we got on.
Let's see.
I definitely love
Max.
Tamia. I love Maxwell. My mom told me give it up, so I'm trying. She just a
Tamia.
hater. Tamia is my homegirl. Like in my mind, Tamia is my Beyonce. Okay, and to me that makes all the sense. Like people who love Beyonce for like her discipline and her performance and her energy, like that is Tamia. Tamia was Beyonce before Beyonce was Beyonce, and people will disagree. It's fine, but Tamia's commitment to like her performance is next level. Like when you see her in the gym practicing, that's why her thighs look like that on stage. That girl got ham hocks, and they look good. And she old, okay, that's who I'm trying to be. And when you look at like her younger performances, we were watching something on YouTube, and we were watching it for some other person, and Tamia was one of the people singing, like in the tribute that they were doing for Patti LaBelle. It was a tribute for Patti LaBelle, and Tamia was up there, and I said, yeah. And this had to be like maybe a 20-year-old Tamia up here for a Patti LaBelle tribute.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like that, you put in work, okay?
Yeah.
Because back in the day, there were plenty of people that they could pull to do the tribute song, and they pulled Tamia. And her range, I love it. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Everybody else might
Tamia is awesome. No,
yeah.
Tamia is definitely underrated. Completely underrated. Like, extremely underrated.
Yeah. Have you been enjoying the verses, different verses shows? Have you been watching them?
I've seen two. But I am going to watch the Bow of Soulja Boy because I'll be honest.
I didn't even know about that one. Did it happen already?
Halfway. Oh, I hope not. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking out of turns. I know it was going to happen. So
oh, my Lord.
YouTube.
I don't know what I'm going to do with that one.
Yo, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Going to go down memory lane.
I mean, good music. So I won't keep you all day. Did we hit our 30 minutes? I don't know. Our time got cut short. So I feel like we get to go over. What is one message that you could share with people as they kind of figure out what music could be healing for them, or how they can use music in a more productive way? You know, because we talk about like, listening to the beat, not the lyrics, and then connecting with some songs when you're in a particular emotional state, right? And how that can be positive or how that can be negative. Like if you mention the whole Meek Mill album when you're already upset, that might go left. It might not work in your favor.
Yeah.
Personally, I like Nightmares. I'm a fan. I ain't gonna lie. But how can we encourage people to kind of explore music in a different way?
Man, I would say I say a lot of the songs I do hear does come from different shows, some of my favorite shows. And so I feel like people are easily able to pick what feelings they're getting from certain movies, right? I can list a movie, you can tell me what you're feeling from that. Maybe even checking out some of the songs you related to, or maybe a certain scene you related to. I say not waiting until you get to a moment where you need that mental healing to find your song. I say finding it maybe in the midst of when you're happy or not going through something, and you're kind of feeling, maybe it brings back a memory, and you're just like, okay, I'm going to save this. I have a playlist where I call Blah. Literally, it's BLAH, and it has very random songs from Dream, J. Cole, to Temptation. So I literally will put that on. I just don't know what I'm feeling right now, and it will just randomly play. Or even creating a playlist. I had this gospel playlist, and there were 4 songs I kept listening to over and over. So I moved them to this like go-to playlist, right? Because for some reason I can't just let them go. And so even just like sometimes creating a playlist from another playlist, so you can have certain songs that you just kind of like that healing to you, and even healing if you don't even know it, right? You're just like, I'm cleaning, but I love listening to Mario, or I love listening to J. Cole or Kendrick's album.
New Day Mario is a whole nother thing. Okay.
He is, but his projects are good. You know, I still follow.
Yes. All the things. The new Mario. Yes.
Right.
That is such good advice. Such good advice to find it. And that's interesting. You do need like different playlists for different moments. And that's kind of what you do with Vicky Sweets and the different playlists that you guys share. And I created one when I turned 30. I was like, okay, we need a couple of songs. You know, you just hold like thing. So I literally have like a 30s playlist, and it's like songs like "You Dope," "Encouragement," "World Is Your Oyster." You know, like
Shea Butter on it, because I think that's we played Shea Butter. Was it around?
It might be. It might be. It might be. It is. The baby. Shout out to Chris who played nonstop that whole week. We was there for your birthday, and now it's stuck.
I'm telling you, she does this to me. She does that. She's the one that introduced me to gibberish. Let me tell you, she introduced gibberish to me. I remember when she first played it, and I was like, I'm tired of you sending me songs. I didn't listen to it. Then one day I was cleaning our door outside. Yeah, and it was just came on. And I was like, this song good. So I said sent it to Chris. She's like, I told you about this. So long ago.
And we did. We used to play music all the time. And Gibberish was one of those songs because we played it. I think I made it my ringtone. All kinds of things. What is his name? I can't think of his name right now.
Oh, Ryan Leslie?
Ryan Leslie. There you go. And he has a lot of music too that you don't tend to hear on mainstream. Yeah.
Him, The Dream, Super Taylor Parks. Oh my God. You guys should go listen to Taylor Parks. They are super talented and they're usually behind the scenes. You be listening to Jeremy Taylor project or they put their hands in something for it and you're just like, you have no idea, but they were behind it. And it's like everything they touch. It's so,
right.
Yeah.
So drop us, before we disconnect, drop some of the artists that you're loving right now.
Oh my gosh. So
because I just pulled my phone out to put them in my Spotify.
Taylor Parks, she is my number, because I do listen to lyrics, she's probably one of my number ones right now. She's super, super dope. She has this song called Dirt, right? And you got me wanting to pull out some lyrics. It's poetry. It's music, it's poetry. So
I've never heard of her before.
Oh my gosh. She's
got a cute aesthetic too. She's a vibe. This is her, right?
Yeah, she's adorable.
Okay.
Yes. She used to be she's friends with Keke Palmer. So she used to be Little Inez off of the most recent Hairspray.
Ah.
And she used to sing like, the black is the berry, sweet as the juice. I was like, I love this little girl. She's so
And y'all hear Victoria's the singer too, okay? Okay. Singer-songwriter. Thank you. Okay, that's one. You got any more?
I would say Joyner Lucas. He's a rapper. I think he's done songs like Chris Brown, but he has, will I say, I'm trying to think if it was last year. He has really good projects. He's actually saying stuff in his music that say other people aren't, but he had this, I think it's a YouTube, I can't remember, I think it might be called Black White, where he actually has a black guy and a white guy facing each other, and they're telling each other their stories, like how they make each other feel, right? And they're sharing it. It's like super dope. You're awesome. He even has this other story where it's different scenes, and one scene is just the impact of, I guess he's just talking like really our impact in life, right? So there's a car crash, and a little girl gets in an accident because of the crash. And he has her just speaking. It's almost like speaking from the grave kind of thing. So he's very deep, and I love stuff like that. So I would say some rap. I would say
Yeah, that's making me logic in some of his music too. Oh man, so many good artists. Yeah. So y'all better follow Victoria's Spotify account, okay? And binge some of his music that she's listening to and get all the inspiration. What do you have coming up, or how can people follow you or stay connected with you? You're definitely on social media. That's one.
I am. So that's one thing. It's kind of like a reoccurring New Year's resolution is to get better with social media. So I say right now the best way is to follow me on Tori Roach _ just to see any new projects. I am bringing back podcasts to do a lot of more work with Vicky Sleep. I am planning on, I did mention writing music, going to more, asking God to lead me in that area, and also leading me with my voice. So a lot more should be coming along with that.
Yay! So you guys, all musical inspiration and just creative sensibilities you can follow Victoria for. Thank you, Victoria, for joining us today. It was a long time coming.
Yeah,
we're so gracious. Yes, this one will save, so you guys can follow up on some of these artists that Victoria's mentioned. You can follow her on Tori Roach. We'll actually tag her in this video so that you can follow her. And I'll also put in the comments Woven Colors and Vicky Sleep so that you guys can easily click to follow. Thank you so much, Victoria, for joining us. This was incredible. You dropped some gems, Slick. You might have to turn this into a podcast episode, because what you said about music and the storytelling and choosing your music before you get in that mood, ooh, that was just deep. I loved it. So thank you so much for all that you shared today. And we'll stay tuned because we're excited for what you have coming up.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. You made it easier. I was super nervous, but you made it super easy. I loved it. Thank you so much for inviting me. I am down for anything in the future.
Y'all, we got a green light. You hear that? She said down
Right.
for anything.
We were supposed to start a show in 2011, 2010.
Don't let it be an IG live show. You want to go live?
No,
I'm gonna have to get off the business page.
Yeah.
We can definitely do that. It was a hoot. We had some grand ideas. We were up for web series before web series were a thing. Do you remember that? If we had just done that,
Ustream, baby. Do you remember Ustream?
we could have been great. We could have been great.
We are great.
Now we'll be great in a new
great.
way. Hello. There you go. Rewrite that. Get you
Right.
guys. We got this. We
Yeah.
got this.
There's
We
still
do.
room. God will make room. There is still room.
Didn't miss a thing. That's it. That's it right there. So now we got a show coming out.
Yep.
Wait, we had a name for that show too.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it. It was Dora and
I don't remember.
wait, was it
Was it Dora? Did you say Dora?
It was Dora and
Can I?
Tori.
I have really nice friends. Can I tell? Moment of transparency. I have really nice friends because they let me walk around calling myself Dora the Explorer for a very long time. And now that I look back at that crap, I'm like, what was really wrong with you? Like,
Yeah.
I just gave away so much Dora the Explorer stuff to my niece, and she's very excited about it all. But it was also difficult for me to give it to her. So there's that. I'm still holding on in some way.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
God. Please just go. Take it. Go. Watch it come by.
I'm like, yes, you can have it. Yes, you can have it.
Yo, I was talking to Niecy one time about my shoes and not wanted to because I want to do a live. Actually, this is something else that's coming. I want to sell secondhand clothes, right? I was talking to Niecy. I was like, I feel like that kid in the Bible when he asked God, like, I want to serve you. Tell me what I need to do. And he was like, sell all your stuff. I was like,
About that.
the shoes an exception? And he walked away.
I'm going to sell
sad.
it to myself. I'm going to sell it to myself.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get there. I was like, maybe this is the way. Sell one pair of shoes, Victoria. Because, like, I do love you, Lord. I love you, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Love you,
Here's
Lord.
the song for that. Christmas shoes. Go listen to Christmas shoes, and you'll want to give all your shoes away. Have you heard that song?
Oh, I haven't.
Go listen to the song Christmas Shoes, and you'll give all your shoes away. Let me tell you, I'd be walking barefoot for the rest of my life if I met that little boy. You should hear it. You should hear it. It makes me cry every Christmas. Every Christmas, I'd be crying over a bowl of ice cream. Just listening to that song.
Sure. I might have to wait. I have to wait till God talks to listen to that song.
Now I'm
you
gonna
gotta
text
do
it
what
to
you
you.
gotta do, but you don't want to do it. But you know you gotta do what you gotta do.
You stuff and you don't want it. You like, I'm gonna do that part though.
No, I'm not even gonna lie. I remember I had Nikes on. These were so comfortable, the sliders. And there was a guy walking down the street that was homeless, right? He had no shoes on. And I was like, crap, gotta give him my shoes. But he couldn't fit it. So when I asked him, I was like, I want to say it's a blessing, but still I got no shoes.
I'm about to be gasping for air.
I still felt bad. I can't say I was happy I got to keep my shoes. So he ain't had none. But
Yeah. Oh man. Well, listen to the song if you will. If you won't, it's okay.
Yeah, I like you, Sierra. I don't want to turn on you.
It might be heartbreaking. Yeah, it might be tough. It's okay. Look, phases and stages. You take your time. You ease into it. You'll give them up when it's time to. I'm with that.
I will. Okay, I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Try to listen.
So we'll check in again about your shoes and how that's going, and we'll find another song just in case that one doesn't work out for you, and it'll be great. It'll be great. Like I gave up Dora, you'll give up 1 or 2 pairs of shoes, or not.
Oh, I could do one or two. Yeah, I could do one or two.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I could do that.
That's progress. That's what we call growth. Okay, that's what we call growth. You got
one
it.
or two I don't ever wear. I will definitely give you those.
Don't get no details. Don't get no details.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all go.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching this. If you're watching the health check, clearly this wasn't one that you should have missed. You can miss the next one because it'll just be me, but this one was classic, honey. You need to catch the replay. And Victoria will come back, and maybe we'll even turn this into a podcast episode so y'all can hear all the juicy details about the music industry and how to thrive. We love it. Thank you, Victoria, and have a great rest of the evening.
You too. Thank you, Sierra.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.